Hey, what's going on, Adam and Michelle? Josh Ship here. It was so lovely and delightful to see the both of you. And again, happy birthday, Michelle. Okay, so gonna go through this pitch deck. I have intentionally not flipped through it, though I did bring up something as an example on the pricing side of things, because I recalled that we talked about that on Saturday. But I have intentionally not gone through this in advance so that I can give you my brutally honest feedback as someone who's seeing it for the very first time. Okay, so page one, one quick little thing here. Uh, okay, so Brave Girls do it best. So do it um, this is slightly unintentionally a little sort of like sexual innuendo. Um, Brave Girls do it best. That's again, I know unintentionally, but maybe like 10% of that is just sort of sexually suggestive. Now, I 100% get what you're going for and all of that. I just know with all that's going on in our culture, I know that as a brand, I would want to be very careful about how we talk about empowering girls. So I just want to stay away from anything at all suggestive. And I might think less of you as a brand if I don't know you, if you don't have the self awareness to catch that before you pitch it to me. So it's really just do it that's creating issues. I mean, Brave Girls, that's genius. Um, yeah, so I would just I would just mess with this so you still get the same idea, uh, but I would not suggest including the words "do it." Um, okay, so Hello Fears is looking to partner with a brand that supports. Bam, 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 bam. Yep, interested. Uh, uh, Honestly, I would put the index as page two. Yeah, I would suggest putting the index um, as page two. Yeah, great. Yeah, and again, like not only is just gonna like some brands are gonna read this wrong, um, some schools are gonna read this wrong. The do it part. Okay, it's a school program created by Michelle Polar, so I can click over. Great. Founder of Hello Fears to empower middle school and high school girls to live with courage. This program teaches students to make growth based decisions, have the confidence to embrace the unknown, challenge the status quo, find their authenticity, embrace failure, redefine fear. So these are good. I think these are really good. I would just make sure that a couple of these are like mirroring. No, you know what? This isn't the pitch to school. This is pitch to a partnership. So no changes needed there. I was going to say later on, once we secure funding and we go to pitch it to a school, I want to use some of like schools' goals, like increase belief in blah blah blah. Like I want to mirror some of the school's words, but this is no changes needed. How it works: school program, 4-week school program designed for girls 11 to age 18. I would just, okay, so that, here you're saying it's to empower middle school and high school girls. So I just use that here. Designed for middle school and high school girls. Yeah, I don't think you need to introduce ages because that can be different depending on where the school is. Um, Whoops, sorry about that. 4 stages. I wouldn't suggest numbers here because these sort of act as numbers. You know what I'm saying? So I would just ditch these little number things here just for ease of reading. Week 1, fear less, do more. Week 2, watch me. Week 3, courage is. Week 4, unstoppable. So the way you described it to me in person seems like there was kind of 5 stages with um, stage number one, or like week number one, being the kickoff with Michelle. So that doesn't seem clear here. I'm sure it's about to get spelled out to me, but to me, people always read more as better. So I would just unpack that and probably make it 5 stages. Okay, week one. Okay, yeah, right. Here we go. Michelle kicks off the program with a live 40-minute. I don't think you need to specify minutes here. I just think you're asking for an argument. The live keynote presentation at the school, workshop session. Okay, is that with Michelle? Is that not with Michelle? If it is with Michelle, let's spell it out. If it's not, just keep it vague. Group activity, I'm remarkable because girls choose one fear to face in the upcoming week and get an accountability partner. Michelle delivers a live keynote to parents. This is awesome. This is great. Week number 2, hashtag watch me. Girls now have 1 full week to face a fear, approved by the school, very smart, and help a friend face one of their fears as well. But at the end of the week, they will take a group picture holding a sign of the fear. This is excellent. Number 2, watch. Okay, so this is brilliant right here. However, I'm going to suggest let's use one of these pictures, not 2, so that I can get a bigger image of it, because as a sponsor, what I really want to read are these signs, and I really can't read anything other than paid for gas with something. So as a sponsor, like this, like I'm like super pumped. So I'd probably use this picture, and I might Photoshop out that dude. So let's use this picture, Photoshop out the dude, and then also under here, I would do maybe some Photoshop magic and like maybe letter these girls like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So you could have a sort of a legend here of what it says on their signs. Because I know you won't be able to like super duper zoom in. It's really great. Week 3, courage is. Michelle will provide the school a retractable banner for the girls to fill in the blank. Courage is. This is for the school to keep as a reminder of Michelle's message of bravery. Now the school have a full week to develop, and students have a full, yeah. Girlsdoitbest.com. Yeah, sorry about the URL. I just think that's going to create challenges. Girls Do It going live soon is an online hub where girls share their stories of courage with each other. I mean, it's phenomenal. Other than I don't recommend that URL. I promise you're going to run into issues with it. Week 4, Unstoppable. Once the girls upload their story of courage to the platform, they will have access to Michelle's online course, Unstoppable. This course will provide students. Yeah, great. Let's partner up. Okay, your pricing and planning should be like the very last thing before contact us. So this is coming way too soon, in my opinion. And I need to talk more about pricing, but let me come back to that. Beyond the talks, included in the partnership. Yeah, I mean, look at this. You're giving me the price before you like spell out some of this other stuff in there, so I don't suggest that. Oh yeah, this is phenomenal. I mean, I need to see this stuff. These would be even more impactful if I saw like maybe an image of the girl, but you slightly blurred it to protect their privacy. This is great. Coming soon. Hello, Fear. Fear is the book. TV show in the works. I would be a little bit more specific about this. TV show in the works with 21st Century Fox. Hashtag watch me. Now, okay, now you're creating a little bit of confusion because one of the weeks of the program is hashtag watch me, and now you're saying this. So when I click on this, I'm going to go, oh, so that's what, like, I'm going to confuse what you're suggesting here. So I think this is a, preview Michelle's message. Yeah, this should be the very last page. Oh, man. I would just delete this page and have this be the very last page. So this be the very last page, and then the one page before this is the pricing. Okay, so the pricing thing is what I want to talk about. So let me see. I think it's like 17, right? And now here it is. Okay. So, okay. Okay, this is weak. This could be much better. Okay, so like here, I mean, I think you're going. Okay, this sentence, I think you're going at all wrong. I think it's like, help us reach girls' schools. That need this message. Help us bring this message to girls' schools who need it. So it's more about like the need than this. And then the packages. I mean, let me show you what we did with Balfour. And I sent this to him as one of my little nerdy videos that I do, so I can kind of control the pacing of it, and I kind of reveal each piece of it. But this is basically what we did, which is like, look, this is when we were pitching them to buy like a bunch of, Balfour buying a bunch of Blake and EJ's assemblies in advance. And by the way, they ended up going with this one, the 36. We said, look, if it's a one-off, if you're just one-off book Blake or EJ, it's going to be $4,000. But if you bulk buy 12 in advance, we can do them at $3,800 each. You're saving $200 per. If you bulk buy 24, we can do it at $3,600 each. You're saving $400 per. If you bulk buy 36, we can do it at $3,400 each. You're saving $600. So I think you need something like this, where you're showing that the more they buy, the more they save. And truth be told, if I had this to do over again, I would make the entry level one a little bit higher, like maybe like 20, 40, 60, something like that. But you guys need to decide on those numbers depending on what Michelle can handle. So this is great. It's valued at $12,000 per school, and then give them 3 options. This is great. I would probably link to us here just so they get a sense of who we are. And whenever I'm buying, like, I know I want to see somehow spelled out like kind of everything that I'm getting. So like a good pricing. I mean, it's I feel like kind of you're kind of doing something like this. What I'm not suggesting is that you take away things at each level. Like, to me, they get everything at each level, but I would love to see something like this. I mean, I think your real win is if your page, your pricing page, looks something like this. All right, so here's how it would work. So let's say it's sponsor 20 schools, sponsor 40 schools, sponsor 60 schools. Here it spells out everything they're getting, and they get everything at the same, each level. Like, at least that's my opinion. And then down here it'd be like, you know, X per school, save X. And then, as they buy more, it gets better for them. X dollars per school, save X. X dollars per school, save X. So, and I would break out the pricing per school, not like the total, like you've done here. So I'd say 10 schools, 20 schools, 30 schools. Honestly, I think you can go even higher than that. But yeah, 10 would be a good. Yeah, 10, 25, 50. You guys decide what the top end is that you could handle, but, I think at the minimum 10, 20, 30, and then up here, so let's say 10 schools is going to be, so 10, so it's basically 10 grand per school. So, here 10 schools, and then down here I'd say 10K per school, save $2,000. Here for so I hope that makes sense. Again, I'm kind of blabbing a bit right now, but to me, this is the weakest part of it and the most room for improvement. Last little bonus thing, there could be an argument made for, instead of just sending over the pitch deck, kind of creating a video where you kind of talk through the pitch deck in real time, and then only if they need it, that you send them over the pitch deck. But I'm not sure the modality in which you guys are going to be using this, so that's up to you. I'll make sure to include a link to this private video when I send over this video in the email. All right, guys, cool, thanks.